Okay, so every time I do a Facebook Live, it like connects and then it echoes for just a minute. So give me just a second to do this. Yes, next. Okay, so I'm going to start. We'll just kind of buy a little bit of time for people to get on because we started just a tad early, not much. By introducing myself. I am Melinda Goodwin. I am a registered nurse here in Southern Utah. I was able to, okay, now where did we go? This is the choice. Okay, I was able to quit my job of $35 an hour when I joined this company, and it was 6 days later, which was really exciting for me. I have been a proponent, advocate, I guess, for healthy living, and part of the reason why I get so frustrated as a nurse and was getting burned out was because everything we were doing in the nursing world was more treating symptoms instead of being preventative. So I've always tried to take that one step further and encourage people to be healthy as well as live a healthy lifestyle. And I've searched and I've searched and I've searched for a company that has a great product as well as a great pay plan, because of course now it's time to start making some real serious money. And I found this company. And in the process of finding this company, I don't know what happened to my Facebook thing. I hope it works. Okay, let me try again. I don't know why I did that. See, I love Zoom and I love Facebook Live, but we gotta like have a happiness here. Happy meeting somehow. Oh, okay, here we go. Now, it's interesting, when I've done videos in the past with it, Facebook and streamed live, as well as did my Zoom meetings, I had a hard time with finding the comment section. So anybody that has comments or concerns or, you know, would like to reply, I'm going to try to keep up on my phone. If I can't, we'll get back to you at the end of the Zoom so that we make sure everybody's concerns or comments get addressed. So today I'm meeting with Suzanne Shaw, and it's interesting because, Suzanne, when I first saw your post, I was so excited because I've always wanted to be you, right? I've always wanted to be a bodybuilder, and I keep saying, my next life, I'm gonna be an MMA fighter, and I'm gonna be a bodybuilder, and I'm gonna be so sexy, and like I'm gonna take your picture from this life to my next life so that I can, you know, have you as a great example.
Oh, thank you.
It's so encouraging. Okay, so it's still unable to stream my webinar to Facebook. I don't know what's going on. So what we'll do in the process too is I will upload this for those who are having a hard time watching it and put it on my YouTube.
Great.
Obviously a technical issue. So as we're talking, if you see that I'm not paying attention, it's because I'm writing notes, and we'll get going. So Suzanne, I understand you do a couple things. You are a dog trainer. You also own a dog daycare.
Correct.
And you are a bodybuilder and physique model, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And when you started, was it Beachbody 4 years ago? Tell me, let me get my notes so it's all organized. I get so excited, and I'm all ready, and then when I push play, I go nuts. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself and the viewers a little bit about who Suzanne Shaw really is.
Sure. So I was introduced, well, I guess we'll go a little bit further back. So when I was a young girl, I started working at a barn that rehabilitated abused horses and feral cats and found them new homes. And I decided at a very young age I wanted to be a vet. I'm actually from outside Boston, and I moved out to Western Mass to get my degree in pre-vet animal science at UMass. And while I was in college there, I realized I actually had a very strong love for animal behavior as well. And so instead of going to vet school after I graduated, I decided to open a dog training facility out here and still work at the vet as well. And I absolutely loved it. And I realized very quickly there was also a need for people to have someone exercise and babysit their dogs during the day. So my husband and I expanded the business, and we decided to incorporate dog daycare into our facility, Canine Etiquette, and we've been doing really well. We've been taking a profit for about 3 years, since about 3 years in, which is really good, especially when we started our business. The economy was really bad. And 3 years in, I left my veterinary technician job and started working for Canine Etiquette full time. My entire life, I've had sciatica issues, really bad actually. In college, they got so severe, I wanted my leg amputated. Like, I was like, I can't deal with this pain anymore, whatever you need to do. And of course, they kept pushing painkillers on me, and I just kept refusing to take them, and we couldn't find a solution. Randomly, one day at my dog daycare facility, I was hanging out with a friend and a dog we were fostering, having a play date, and she was drinking Shakeology. And she exposed me to Beachbody and what that could do for someone. And at that time, to be honest, I thought I was a healthy person. And I was like, okay, well, I am super healthy already. I work out like 20 minutes 3 times a week, and I eat really good. But I was like, I'm really bad about my lunch. So why don't I try using this shake for my lunch every day? And then the shake did change me. I lost 18 pounds off of it, and my energy was better. My aura was different. People were asking what I was doing differently. And so I decided to become a coach. And when I did that, of course, people started questioning about the program, so I had to do one. And so I did P90X3 for my first program because I thought it was cool that everyone looked like circus people, and I wanted to be a circus person. And lo and behold, on day 42, I realized that I was no longer having constant sciatica pain. It was much more under control. And that's
Okay, hold on just a second.
okay.
Oh, there it went. Okay, now we go. It was doing some weird thing.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of what I talk to my dog students about is their exercise and nutrition, because it has a huge effect on that dog's mental state. So it just kind of made sense to me to also be able to help the humans with their diet and nutrition as well. And I loved Beachbody. I was with them for 4 years. I became a professional bodybuilder because of Beachbody. They have a yearly competition I decided to compete in, and I was hooked, and achieved my pro card with just their workout programs, which is pretty incredible that I was able to do that with at-home programs. I helped a lot of people lose weight, and it was very rewarding. But sadly, it was also very time-consuming. And the sad part about that was it was taking time away from me and my husband. And although I really wanted to be able to help people for a living, I also was doing it so I had some more flexibility in my schedule so I could have more time with my husband. And 4 years in, I realized even though I had reached the rank of diamond with that company, that was never going to happen. So I took a step back, and I decided to be a hobby coach and just help the people I was already working with. And if that random person came up to me and asked for help, sure, I would help them. And all of a sudden, I got approached by a random gentleman, Eric Melissa, and he approached me because he also came from Beachbody and was in a similar boat. Of course, I was skeptical when I first was approached with the business piece because I didn't fully understand why this company was going to be so different. And so I spent a lot of time with him and another leader in the company, Andrew Lee, asking a ton of questions in depth about why this was going to be so different. And I decided to take the leap of faith for 2 very specific reasons. One, my husband and I are in debt consolidation right now. And we have decided to give up on some big goals in our life because although we love Canine Etiquette, it is a mom and pop shop, and mom and pop shops only can do so well. And we realized we were dreaming bigger than our mom and pop shop was ever going to allow. So that was a little depressing that we decided to do that. And I thought to myself, if this really works, I would be able to give my husband the dream that he wants, which is to own a farm and grow produce. And I was like, that would be game changing for us. I also have failed at setting up a retirement plan for us. And I love working, but I don't want to work till I'm 90 because I have to. I want to work till I'm 90 because I want to and feel good. And so I decided to give it a go. And I invested into this company, and it was by far the best decision I've ever made in my life. I feel really grateful about this opportunity, not just because it is drastically changing my husband and my finances in just 3 months. We've had some crazy changes, but because I actually have a larger ability to help people heal now, which is incredible to me. With Beachbody, it was, okay, we're here to lose weight or get strong and put mass on, which is a smaller percentage of people. Now with our products, I can help people of all different issues. I mean, I'm helping people right now with anxiety, with IBS, with energy issues, with pain management. I'm helping competitors. This has made a drastic change in my own physique. It actually was proven in a double-blind study to increase strength and endurance 33% over 6 weeks, and I will totally attest to that. I am lifting heavier than I ever have. My endurance is better. My physique at the first show I did this season, I had so many people come up to me and go, oh my God, what are you doing differently? And the only thing I've changed is adding the triangle of health to my diet. And so it's great that I can still help people in the fitness world, but I can also help people with other countless problems that I wasn't able to reach out before. So not only is it helping me financially, it's even more self-gratifying because I'm able to help a larger amount of people, which is really what I wanted, and there's less work. So as a result, I'm getting more time with my husband again, which is really what I wanted. So 100% it was the right choice for us.
You know, I totally agree with that. That's part of, you know, in the nursing world, that's what we do. We want, when you ask, oh, look, my hair, isn't it lovely? When you ask somebody that's going into the nursing industry, why do you want to be a nurse? The very first thing they say is, we want to help people. And what we don't realize going into it, and I've been a nurse for over 20 years, so I'm not just coming right out of school just blindly. You know, I've worked med-surg, ICU, ER, labor and delivery, NICU. I've worked a gamut of areas. And what I find, and what was the most disappointing, is even though I felt like I was helping on a day-to-day basis with healing, I also felt like a drug pusher. I also felt like what I was doing was important for that moment in time, but people weren't really changing their life. It wasn't really adjusting what they needed to adjust. So I take education to heart, and I try to teach people everything I know. But in the meantime, my health was failing. And I used to kind of joke, and this is kind of rude, and I don't mean to be rude, but I used to joke with my husband, I'm destined to be fat. I don't know a skinny nurse out there. And it's because we work so hard. I mean, to go to the bathroom is a miracle. To go to the bathroom or have lunch, you know, it's considered lunch if you have a snack on the way through. And what are we going to snack on? Candy bars and soda pop. Because we're always running, and our hours are just so strenuous. It's unbelievable. So when I found this company, that's what I liked the most about it. Was technically I only had to take something in the morning, and then if I needed energy, I would take something for energy, which I normally would do anyway, and then at night some supplements, and that's it. There's the one thing about Beachbody that I found the most cumbersome isn't the workouts. I love the workouts. I absolutely love them, but you know, trying to be on the time nutrition and trying to pre-plan my food and trying to, you know, do a shake here and protein shake there, I felt like I was always just running my life according to my supplements, and that wasn't healthy either. And so I felt when I joined this company that it was definitely the best decision for myself, both healthy wise and financially wise as well.
Great.
So tell me, what is difference on the business side? Now, you mentioned that, you know, this was something that's changed your life dramatically in just the last 3 months. How has it changed from business to business? Does that make sense? If we're comparing the two businesses, what's the difference?
Sure. The one is how we actually are sharing. And it's a much more intense team structure. One thing that I really loved about Beachbody was the community, but now that I'm in an even more cooperative community, it's very enlightening. So, we had support and friendship, and we were all trying to accomplish the same goal, but when it came down to it, you were alone. You were crafting your own posts, you were doing your own reach outs, you were running your own challenge groups. And yes, I made many amazing friends with that company that are going to be in my life for all eternity, which I appreciate. But it wasn't like working with coworkers. It was like, oh, we all do the same job, and then we hang out after and talk about our job, right? This is totally different. There is a true team structure here. To be truthful, I don't even know Melinda. She randomly messaged me and said, hey, would you be willing to do this interview for me? And without a question, I said, oh, absolutely, because that's what we do for each other. We are here to support each other every second of the day. I do still work my other job. And when I'm not around, I am confident that there's another person in the company that will be there to help my team. And they feel the same way. They have never said to me, oh my God, I really needed help today and I couldn't find someone to help me, because that's not the case. This is really a very strong structure where we have this ability to pair the right person with the right leader, whether that's someone that we're approaching for the business piece or even a customer, right? Because some people have different ailments. I have a friend who has severe anxiety and depression, and this product has drastically changed her life. And although I've struggled with bouts of depression here and there, I'm definitely not clinically depressed, and I don't understand that to the depth of someone who is. And so although I'm very empathetic about that, because my best friend for 6 years, I've seen her go through all these struggles over and over, I can't fully relate. I can only relate as a friend. Right. But I can say to them, I have someone that I want you to talk to, because she can understand where you feel and she can explain how this helped, right? Exactly. And with Beachbody, it was great, but once I got super fit, I won't lie, I was unrelatable at that point. People would look at me and go, oh, I could never achieve that. And then it made it really challenging because there wasn't this teamwork. I couldn't say, no, you can achieve this, because look, I have this friend over here who's where you are right now a month ago. And so why don't you chat with her? That wasn't how that system worked. I am an extrovert. I love being open and honest and talking and loud. And this business is designed so that even introverts can succeed. So I'm really grateful that I have introverts out here as other leaders that have been in the business longer and are killing it, that I can pair a business prospect to and say, look, this person did it, and they want to share how. So that was game changing for me. Something that I really wanted with Beachbody was that community feel. And I really pushed for it. And I would help people on different teams and sidelines. And everyone always thought I was crazy. And it wasn't crazy to me. It was like, we all have this common goal. We want to help people live healthy, successful lives. Why are we keeping it all separate? And so I'm grateful that here I can reach out to anyone in the company and they're all willing to help me. And I'm not talking about people who've only been in the company a year, 3 years. I'm talking about top people in the company have gotten on the phone with me to talk to a prospect because I felt they could relate, have flown out to me from across the country to help me run a home meeting. It's just, I feel grateful that I have come across these people in my lives. And one of the things that I think is amazing is that no matter how successful people become in this business, they are still super humble. There are plenty of times that I reached out to top coaches and was completely ignored when I asked for a favor. I have never reached out to someone up here, and I'm talking people making 6 figures a month, that has not gotten back to me that day. I'm not even talking a week later. That day, they will get back to me. And if they can't help me that day, they say, look, I would love to help you, but could we do this at this time on this day? It is incredible to me that we have this much support in our system. And I love that. The training is also extremely valuable and simplified, which I love. You know, with Beachbody, it was great. There was training, but everyone was doing different things, and it kind of made you constantly question what you were supposed to be doing. Not here. It's very laid out simple. This is how we do it. This is what has been successful, and here we're going to help you. And here we'll remind you again next week what you're supposed to be doing if you forget. Or you just signed someone and you're still working, so I understand that you're not doing this full time and you can't get them trained. So let me train them for you so they don't miss out on the opportunity of fast start bonuses because you have a busy week already scheduled and this person was ready to join today. So that has been a major difference for me. On top of that, as Melinda knows, our compensation structure is extremely unique to our company. It was something that they specifically designed for us. And so they combined two of the most common network marketing structures, a binary and a unilateral structure, because those are the most successful for making money, but they both had limitations. A unilateral structure, you're building wide and you have to be really good at recruiting, which is awesome if you're good at recruiting. But if you're not good at recruiting, you're going to get stuck and there is no team effort. So that's tough. But the company saw that people could make really good living that way. And, I don't want to just focus on money, but the reality is to be healthy, it's expensive. And I want to be healthy. And so I have to have a way to fund that, right? And
it's more expensive right now to buy, I swear, I kid you not, an apple than it is a candy bar.
Yeah.
If you're walking through the store, it's more expensive to buy an apple.
And that's so sad. It's sad that it's easier to ingest things that are going to give us cancer, diabetes, heart attacks because of a cost. So although, I don't want to just focus on the money, it has been helpful in how my life has been able to be healthier too.
Right.
And then with binary structures, which was what a Beachbody setup was, again, it's great because they're, you can help each other a little bit, but there was limitations. You had to have a certain number of people below you to be making decent money. Nobody was helping you put people underneath you. Yeah. You got paid only on your weakest leg. So Team Fusion really made a huge difference with that. I mean, we get paid complete volume on both legs, not only by our own personal customers and business partners, but our business partners, and customers, which is game changing because someone who has a small social circle can find someone who knows someone who is an incredible salesman. And now that salesman is helping every single person above them. Or they find someone who's an incredible recruiter, right? And they're helping everyone above them. I laugh because I've made the top 10 sales ranks globally and in the US, I think every week except for one since I started the company. I have 3 customers. That has nothing to do with me. That has to do with my team. I have 2 really amazing salesmen out there. I mean, they really had incredible transformations from the product and they share their story. And it's such an impactful story that people just want to try the product. Yes. And so they keep getting customer after customer and everyone is benefiting from that, which is huge and something I really love about the company.
I totally agree. The support is absolutely incredible. Now, of course, I'm from Utah. I think we're the MLM capital of the world. And, I was introduced to Amway clear back when I was 16. And I realized how the systems work with recruiting. I mean, they have this new term, affiliate marketing, which is something totally different, but the same. And I've tried, my husband and I have tried everything. We started with Amway, and then we went to selling water filter systems and, on and on and on. And we've tried different programs, and we've, coming from young, and we're not young anymore, but still at that. When I signed up for my last one, which was a great company, it was called Unicity. I loved the product. I lost 40 pounds in 3 months. Wow. Who wouldn't want to do that? Again, there was some timed things that I just gave up on it because it was just seemed too cumbersome. But I always got you can't talk to the upline. Why can't I talk to the upline? In my opinion, and this is in real estate or because I do real estate on the side, This is everything in our world is part of a communication system. That's how the world works. And if I can't go and talk to my upline who is successful, who has the keys, who has done it, who has been an example, because I down here help make them money, then why am I here? Like, why do I belong? And where is the support for me? It's kind of like, here's your office. Congratulations. Now go to work. And you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea where to start from. I know what I know. I know nursing and I know real estate. Those are the two things I really know. I know I want to be healthier and I want to live a longer life. And I know that my husband is a general contractor who makes no retirement money whatsoever, right? So I found a company when Eric approached me as well. And I was like, this is where I'm at. Here's what I do. This is how I work it. Help me out. And he said, absolutely. There have been times I'm sorry, I have a funeral. Can you help this person? Or, hey, I have a meeting. Can you help this person? And if he can't do it, it just works its way up. And I've had so many people just jump on the bandwagon, help me out, get a meeting started, talk to somebody about a product because I may not be available. And I love that. I love that everybody is so willing to support. That is my number one biggest thing.
And I also love that it makes it easy for new people to succeed because they're not going to know everything at first. And people are willing to help them out so they don't have to sit down wasting time learning the product. They can come and sit in and watch a leader explain things, absorb all that information, and then when they're ready, they can start sharing. And you're totally right, Melinda. Yesterday I was talking to Eric and I said something that I thought should be addressed to our Emerald leader. And later on I was on a call with him and he was like, why didn't you just tell me this? And I was like, because I'm used to that. You go to the person right above you. Right. And I was like, I jumped two levels and reach out to you and say, hey, I think this should have been done this way. And again, why are you listening to me? I'm this little peon down here. And he was like, you're not. He was like, right. We need to have a feedback from everyone in this business. And that was an amazing feeling to hear that.
It is absolutely incredible. And part of it too is people that come into the new business, let's face it, we're in a business. The products are fantastic. The mission is huge, and we'll get to that next because that to me is just wonderful. But I'm here to make money. I said to my husband, I have 20 years left to live on this earth. Like, let's be realistic here, right? I am not young. I have been a nurse for over 20 years. We really have had a career. So what am I going to do in that 20 years to both be financially wealthy? Because I want to pass on a legacy, which is interesting that I say that because just 5 years ago, I didn't care. I didn't care if I passed on a legacy. I had my head down and I was working to work. That was it. Pay my bills, work. If I could go fishing on the weekend, I was extremely happy, right? But now I see so much more that is possible, especially with the assistance that the company has and the compensation plan. The one thing about the compensation plan that intrigued me the most was it's a binary. But if my upline signs somebody up under me, because he has to sign somebody up under somebody,
yeah,
I get paid.
Yeah,
I get credit. That is so unreal. Normally it's, no, I did that. And now it's like, we did this. Congratulations, we did this. And I love that.
Me too.
Love that. So that was a game changer for me as well. So next question. How long were you in the company before you hit the car bonus, and what car did you pick?
So I was in the company for 17 days before I hit my car. I actually have the New England record for the fastest earned car right now. I beat it by 1 day. And when I knew I was that close, I really pushed. I was like, I am beating that record. And I will say the guy who I beat out, I don't even know. And he did a post about me, about how excited he was that I beat his record. Again, that shows how caring this company really is. And so I was told when I signed up, oh, you can earn a car in 30 days, and I didn't believe them. So it did take me about 2.5, 3 months to pick out my car. But I went with an Infiniti QX50, and I am in love. Yeah, it was definitely the right pick. It's a beautiful car.
So you went from debt consolidation, really, and in 17 days you have an Infinity, right?
Yes. Which is crazy. I know. I wish Eric had reached out to me before I enrolled in debt consolidation. But it's all right because things are changing so quickly. My credit's going to rebuild so fast, it's not even going to matter at this point.
That's amazing. And then when you're ready to buy another house, you can just connect with me, right?
I will, definitely.
Things, see, and that's the thing about it too, is I love that. I love being a real estate agent. I did a prospecting call once, and the guy goes, yeah, so you quit as a nurse, but now you're still a real estate agent. And he was kind of giving me a little bit of guff. And I said, dude, who wouldn't want just a happy check? Right? You know, that's what real estate is. We call it our happy checks, because I sell a house and then I get my money. I'm so happy. And then we go do something fun. It's just fun money. That's what I do. I love it. Okay, so what specific things do you do every day to succeed? So give me like an idea of your day-to-day, and then we have to close it out because we've been at our 30 minutes, and I talk. I love to talk. So I could sit here for hours. It could just be coffee. You know, we start with breakfast burritos and we end with a steak. I talk. But so tell me, what do you do on a daily basis to help you succeed and to keep motivated?
Yeah. So I actually have a vision statement. And so I wrote where I feel like I would be in 5 years in present tense. And every morning I recorded it. And every morning I play that first thing while I'm getting my coffee ready, taking my sunrise in nitro, and I just listen to that for about 5 minutes on repeat. And then I'll do 15 to 30 minutes of personal development. And then I check in on my team. I do have a rather large team now, so my day-to-day task is different than someone that's new. But I check in my team. I make sure that they don't need anything, if they needed to set up any calls for the day, if we had calls scheduled, what time, you know, as long as they're still on, all that type of stuff. And if we're doing three-way chats, I check in and see what those people know and what they've been exposed to and all that type of stuff. And then I game plan out my whole day. And then I will do some of my own personal reach outs as well. So depending on the day, sometimes I'm reaching out to people for product to see if I can help them with a particular issue they're having. The ones that I focus most on are pain management because of my history with pain, and cancer, because I lost my nephew to cancer at 9 months. So of course, the fact that this product has so many benefits to help people with cancer, it's something that I focus a little bit on, and then competitors. And then some days I do some reach outs for entrepreneurs who also would be interested in the business piece of this. And then at the end of the day, I track all my numbers. So I track how I did with my reach outs for exposures, how my team did with their reach outs exposures, if we had any signups. And then I make a to-do list for the following day, which probably is going to get changed in the morning. So really, people say to me all the time, well, how many hours did you work? And I'm like, oh, I can't really answer that question because it doesn't feel like work to me, right? And a lot of this stuff I'm doing on the go. Like I was out this morning, I was pet sitting some cats for a neighbor, and someone messaged me and said, hey, would you have time to do a three-way call right now? I said, yeah, sure. So I just popped on and did it right then. So it's hard to say exactly how many that I do every day, but things that are consistent every day. I didn't add exercise. Every day I either exercise or stretch. I do my vision statement, personal development. I check in on my team and schedule any things that we're planning for that day or week. And then I do my own personal reach outs and follow up. And then that's it for the day. So it's a pretty simple structure.
That is, it's very interesting that you can really start this just super part-time.
Yeah.
Especially the way the system is, the peak and pass. Yeah. I don't know if anybody, I don't think we've covered that yet, but peak and pass means that when we get somebody who's interested, we pique their interest in, you know, whatever, if it's an ailment that they're suffering, or something about a product or a question, and we get their interest. If they're interested in the business, we pique that, and then we pass it, and we actually pass that up to our upline. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the one directly above us. It can be whoever we feel in that upline system that person's gonna resonate with the best. And then we just watch the communication between everybody and, you know, answer questions on the side if we need to, just to keep in connect. But that's what I like, right? It almost makes it to where I can do this business at Walmart. I'm jobbing at Walmart. I need dog food. Oh yeah, hey, what about this? What about that? And it's stuff we're already doing. We're already communicating with people all the time anyway. So it's hard to put an hour base on it, but at the same time, it really doesn't feel like work.
Right?
I love that.
Me too.
Okay, so is there any advice you want to give me, because I'm new at this? I mean, I've been in this for a couple weeks. There's so many things about the products. I would love to do another interview with you, just mainly to talk about the pain in the products, if you don't mind.
No,
but because it's fun and I like to talk. But is there any advice you want to give to me or somebody who's thinking about, you know, coming into the business, either from Beachbody or Unicity or any other company? What advice would you give to end out the session?
So for you personally, I would say just continue to deal hope. I mean, that's what we're doing. I never feel like a salesman. I feel like I'm a hope dealer. I'm just providing people the opportunity to heal their bodies physically, mentally, or their finances, which is huge. And for anyone who's considering joining and is skeptical or afraid, please know we've all been there. Like I started the call saying, it took me about 2 weeks to be convinced to do this, and I wish I started 2 weeks earlier. And every person that I talk to that says, oh, it took me 4 months or 2 months or 6 months to even look at the presentation, I regretted it. Don't miss out on this huge opportunity that could allow you to lead a life of significance because you're afraid.
Yes.
And when I hear the objection about time and money, I will say, if you don't change it, it isn't going to get any better. Right. I had been working my butt off in my business for 13 years. My life was not changing. And although I loved it, I wasn't where I wanted to be. So I'm working 70 hours a week and in debt consolidation, and I took this opportunity and ran with it, and I'm never looking back because it has drastically changed where I'm going in my future. And I am not going to be exhausted and crabby to my friends and my husband because I'm working my butt off every day and my nutrition isn't where it needs to be and I don't have time to exercise because I'm stuck in a rut of doing the same thing over and over because I'm afraid to accept something that would drastically change my life. So don't be afraid, accept this opportunity, embrace it, see the vision with us, and let us help you live the life that you want to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My husband used to say to me, how come you're so mean when you come home? And I'm like, for 13 hours, I have been the nicest person you have ever met.
Right?
I have wiped your butt. I have cleaned your puke. I have moved your foot. I have given you water. I have told you everything is going to be okay. And I said, when I get home, I don't want to be nice. And that's so sad. That's so sad that he had to live through that for so many years and support me in a job that I truly, truly, truly do love. But I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's time to move on.
Yeah. And you still get to help heal people, which is amazing.
Amen. Amen to that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Suzanne. Now, like I said, I'm going to put this on YouTube and I will share it so that we can share with the people that couldn't get on our Facebook Live, which I'm a little disappointed, but that's okay. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either myself or Suzanne or anybody else that has invited you to watch this video. And we are here to help you. We're here to help you succeed financially, mentally, physically, all of it.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
It was fun. Bye. Let's do it again.
Definitely. Bye.
Bye.